Good morning. It's an exciting morning today because we have the other quarter of the Tower to Tower run to Paris. This is Danny Ovens.
Hello, good morning.
Thank you, Danny, for coming into the studio.
Thank you for
and
having
talking
me.
with me. And I know you're a very busy man, but I really would like to hear a little bit more about your mega journey. And before I forget, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely terrific. I only wish I could do it. So let's go back to the beginning. How did this come into your head to run from the Tower of London to the Tower of Paris?
Great question. I think I ran a marathon in April, and as soon as I finished, I just really needed something to do next.
Okay.
So I texted Billy, my little cousin, saying that it would be funny if we ran to Paris,
Right.
just as like a comment. And then he said, actually, that would be quite a good idea. Like, can I ask my mate to do it? So I asked my friend as well, and we made a group chat on WhatsApp. And then I think everyone kind of thought we weren't going to do it, and then I just started planning everything, and then we had to do it.
That sounds great. I mean, it must have been unusual to be able to get 4 people together, that are willing to do this sort of run.
Yeah.
I mean, this is mega. So how did you start planning it? Did you have regular exercises together or run together?
I think we only actually ran together twice, but we all had our own plans that we were doing at home on our own.
Okay.
I think I focused on making sure I was eating the right things and stuff like that. I don't know that the others really cared that much about that sort of thing. I think they were more focused on the distance.
When the day came, did you feel that you're ready to do this?
I was so nervous. I
It must
barely
be quite a
slept.
buzz.
Yeah, I barely slept. I barely slept the whole journey, just because every morning I was waking up really nervous.
But were you all running at the same pace? Because it would be difficult for 4 people to run together because everyone runs at a different pace. I mean, did you feel that you could all keep a bunch?
Well, definitely in the early days when we didn't have any injuries, we ran together.
Did you run in single file or did you run sort of 2 by 2?
Depended on the roads. So we did some running along main roads where we had to run in single file, and then whenever we got to a country like lane where there was no cars, we'd run in lines or in pairs, just so we could have a bit of conversation.
Yeah, because it must have been really difficult running out of London for the first part, because in a marathon, of course, you've got people being held back and you've got a whole road to yourself. But running through London in a busy streets with traffic and people to contend with, you're almost doing double the journey.
Yeah, I think we got away with it a little bit because it was Sunday morning, but even so, it was definitely like the busiest in terms of pedestrians and cars and stuff like that. As soon as we got through sort of Surrey and stuff like that, we noticed that we didn't have to stop, cross roads, we didn't have to let people go past or anything like that.
Yeah, because you went through some busy areas, Corston, Croydon, Sutton,
Yeah.
and then on to my part of the word, Crawley. And when you got to Crawley, the time to stop must have been a relief. And you must have thought, well, we've done the first leg.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
can do the rest.
We stopped about 8 kilometres before the end, just to get some food before we got there. We had a nice burger and chips. Billy convinced us all to have a pint as well, which probably wasn't a great idea. And then we got back to Crawley to our Airbnb, ordered a massive pizza, just to make sure we had all the carbs and fat and stuff for the next day.
Yeah, because I interviewed Billy yesterday, and he told me that you were all in one room. You didn't stay in a luxury hotel,
No.
which is what I think I would have done.
No, I think we all cheaped out a little bit and then regretted it a little bit. It was to be fair, the first day was the smallest room, which is probably best. But it was also the day that it was so rainy, so it didn't smell great in the room either.
No, I'm sure it didn't.
Yeah.
But there must have been a lot of camaraderie there.
Yeah, definitely. I think that first day, that evening was when there was the most excitement, because we realised that we just had to do that every day and we could do it.
Yeah. But when you did the second leg, when you got to Newhaven, you stayed another night there, then you got the boat in the morning. Getting on that boat must have been exciting, because this is the real part, isn't it? Going through France, where you probably haven't been before.
Yeah, no, that was definitely exciting. We had nice full English on the journey over. Billy was practicing his French on the boat as well. common phrases that you might need to use. But yeah, no, we were very excited. It's quite a long journey, but I accidentally booked a room instead of just seats. So we had beds and everything on the ferry,
okay.
which is probably a good idea, to be fair.
Yeah, I should think so.
Yeah.
And were you sorry when you had to get up and get and off to a run?
I think that might have been the time when we started running on day 3 was when me and Billy felt like the most sort of like, I don't know, tight muscles and joints and stuff like that. It took us like probably 10 minutes to ease into it, and then we got going and we were fine.
Yeah, good. So when you got to France and you were running through France, I mean, did you come through any sort of towns where there were a lot of people?
Not really, because we were trying to save money on the Airbnbs, so where we were staying was 5 kilometres out of each town. Okay. So we were running direct to each Airbnb, so we kind of went round a lot of towns. We'd stop off in the mornings to get breakfast and stuff, but they were more just little villages, really.
All right, so there weren't the French people there seeing you running and waving to you saying "Vive l'Angleterre" or anything?
A lot of lorry drivers were waving at us.
Did they?
But that's pretty much all we saw, because it was between Paris
Well, they could have been
and
English, I suppose.
Yeah, probably were.
Yeah.
But we did get that.
So finally, when you get to the last leg, when you saw the Tower of London in the distance, what did it feel like?
Yeah, it was surreal, I'd say. We saw it maybe like an hour before we got there, and I think that was probably one of the easier hours, because we could see where we were going for once. Yeah.
And that must have been great. I mean, the people that were watching, because I saw the finish on film, and there were a lot of people there waiting to welcome you in. And you came through there as if you had just run around the block. You put everything into it and came into that finish. And it must have been wonderful to have all your family, your friends and your girlfriend there to meet you.
Yeah, no, it was more people than we thought as well, I think. And everyone had T-shirts made up with Tower to Tower written on.
Yeah.
There was an actual finish line. We weren't expecting that. We got given medals that they'd made us. Yeah, it was a lot more than we expected.
Oh, it sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
And a lot of the people that were there, sightseers who didn't know what was going on, they were all looking on and saying, "What's going on here?" And I think they were cheering too, because they knew that something spectacular had happened.
Yeah, that was quite cool, to be fair. It was quite a busy day, and we got a lot of random people cheering us on and stuff like that. A few people came over and congratulated us at the end as well.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, you run in aid of the charity Papyrus.
Yeah.
Papyrus, which is the prevention of suicide in young children, which is a very good charity.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope you collect lots of money, because you deserve to after all you've done. And I think that's a really worthy cause. So I wish you all the best of luck in collecting money. And I look forward to seeing your next escapade, your next adventure, because I know there will be another one. I mean, people like you and Billy, you're not going to settle down that easily.
Yeah.
You're going to want to do something else. So I hope I'm going to be part of that. So thank you very much for talking to me, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
So there it is. They made it. Okay, tomorrow we'll think of something else to talk about. Won't be as exciting as today, but you never know. I might find something, so I'll speak to you tomorrow. Thank you for listening.